Hello everyone, my name is Brendan and today we are going to discuss what you should do right now to start preparing for the CMMC. So in the year 2021, the DoD plans on releasing 15 prime acquisitions that will need CMMC certifications. Back on December 15th of 2020, the DoD announced 7 pilot contracts, which are going to be the first contracts receiving CMMC assessments. These 7 contracts are all for CMMC Level 3 and are meant to start CMMC's implementation throughout the entire Defense Industrial Base, also known as the DIB. In addition to this, the primes that are awarded the contracts are required to flow down the appropriate CMMC requirements to all of their subcontractors. This means that organizations need to begin preparing for a CMMC assessment sooner rather than later. If you want more information about the 7 pilot acquisitions that were announced by the DoD, please see the link in the description for more information about those. So with the CMMC starting to flow down the defense industrial base, let's jump in and take a look at what you should start doing right now so you are prepared for a CMMC assessment. The first thing you'll want to do is determine which CMMC level your organization is seeking. To determine this, you should review your defense contracts and determine the information your organization handles. So, for example, if you handle controlled and classified information, or CUI, you should begin preparing for CMMC Level 3. If your organization only handles federal contract information, or FCI, you should begin preparing for a CMMC Level 1 certification. Next, you should determine the scope of your CMMC assessment boundary. CMMC compliance doesn't have to cover everything in your organization. It only needs to cover the information systems and networks where CUI is stored, processed, or transmitted. If your covered environment is not already documented, you must create a system security plan which describes the system boundaries, the system environments of operation, how the security requirements from the CMMC are implemented, and the connections to other information systems. Next, you should start reviewing the CMMC assessment guide for the level that your organization is seeking. Right now, there are assessment guides for CMMC Level 1 and Level 3, and these guides provide insight on the assessment criteria and methodology that is going to be used by assessors. The assessment guides will also provide the assessment objectives, descriptions of the security requirements, examples, and potential assessment considerations for every security requirement. Now, after you have a basic understanding of the requirements from the CMMC, you should perform a gap assessment for the CMMC level that your organization is seeking. This assessment should be done in conjunction with the CMMC assessment guide so that you can identify the current practices and processes that you have implemented and which ones are not currently implemented. You will want to begin documenting your covered environment during the gap assessment. You should populate your organization's system security plan with details about how each security requirement is implemented. Additionally, for all security requirements that are unimplemented, you should document them in a plan of action and milestone, which is also known as a POAM. And within these POAMs, you will want to explain how and when you will meet the requirements for the practice or process that is unimplemented. Something to keep in mind with the CMMC is it does not allow for POAMs at the time of assessment, but the POAMs are still necessary to demonstrate the maturity of your organization's cybersecurity program to assessors, as well as help you keep track of what still needs to be implemented. It is very important to track the progress of your organization's security program so you can demonstrate the maturity of the program over time. It's highly recommended that you develop a POAM for any deficiencies or gaps and regularly update your organization's system security plan to show that your cybersecurity program was created over time with the appropriate planning and resources. Once you have completed the self-assessment and identified all the gaps, you want to begin implementing the missing practices, policies, and procedures within your organization's covered environment that you defined earlier. You will want to start by building the security requirements into your organization's culture immediately. And what I mean by this is assessors will not just allow you to implement an access control policy the week before your CMMC assessment, that access control policy has to be a part of your organization's culture so that employees understand the policy and adhere to it. And this goes with other policies and practices within the CMMC. Now, once you believe that you have everything implemented in accordance with the CMMC level your organization is seeking, you'll want to conduct a final self-assessment to ensure all security requirements are implemented, or maybe you want to partner with a CMMC registered provider organization to conduct a CMMC readiness assessment. And this readiness assessment is conducted just to ensure that everything is implemented correctly before your actual CMMC assessment. In a future video, we will actually discuss what you can expect if you were to partner with a registered provider organization to have a CMMC readiness assessment performed. And something to always keep in mind with the CMMC assessment is that it's either all or nothing. So by not having a proper policy or implementing a certain practice correctly, this could actually result in your organization failing the entire CMMC assessment. So you really want to take your time and make sure that all security requirements are in accordance with the CMMC assessment guide and that they meet all the requirements within that guide. So that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Remember to keep an eye out for future videos where we will continue to discuss the CMMC. If you would like to see a specific video, please leave your recommendation down in the comments section. Thank you. Have a great day.